Welcome back to Unwrapped. I'm Mark Summers, investigating all kinds of shapes, forms, and flavors of cheese. Around the world, there are more than 1,400 varieties, but there's one cheese we probably all recognize for its red, waxy wrapper. Yep, you've probably seen these Mini Babybels. Well, it turns out they aren't so mini in the world of cheese.
You won't find happier cows than in Kentucky.
They're laughing because they're happy. They're going to give us this fun little cheese.
This fun little cheese is a Mini Babybel, made by Bell Brands USA since 1979. But the history of this creamy disc goes back even further than that, nearly 80 years.
It actually came from France. There was an original product called Babybel, so a much larger cheese that was very popular in France. And the folks that were at the company were thinking they really wanted to be able to come up with a new product. And so the head of the company said, you know what, why don't you come up with something that tastes like Babybel, but would be sort of in the size, if you will, of this. And then the Mini Babybel was born.
While the French consider the mini version a kid's food,
Mini Babybel? Thank you. That's 100% natural, you know.
It's a popular snack for all ages here in the U.S. In fact, Bell Brands USA pops out 140 million of them a year. That's 800,000 a day.
10,000 cows have to be milked to get us the milk we need to make 1 day of Mini Babybels.
Those gallons of milk are brought in by the truckloads and dumped into huge vats. Workers turn up the temperature in the tanks and add a natural enzyme to help coagulate the milk. After half an hour, swirling cutters begin to separate the milk. Soon, you have curds.
And this is the start of our cheese.
Those curds are drained into a holding tank until workers are ready to stuff them into molds. After the curds go into the molds, they're topped with lids and pressed.
Here's how they look after being pressed for an hour at 80 psi.
The squished cheese is taken to a hot room to sit and grow bacteria. I know it sounds gross, but aging cheese is how it gets its great taste.
This is part of our natural process. There is nothing that we can do. We just have to wait until they are ready to give us their full growth and provide the real taste to the cheese. Some days it goes quickly, some days it goes slower.
When the pH is perfect, it's time for a bath. The Mini Babybels take a leisurely trip down a saltwater river.
It's going to firm up the texture, and also it's going to bring a little bit of salt to the flavor and also protect from any outside contamination or molds.
They're spread out on huge trays and dried for 3 hours, all the while being closely monitored.
We do over 500 swabbing, and we have special force units, the cheese specialist investigator that are doing this to make sure that nothing is going to happen to our natural process.
Finally, time for them to get dressed.
We double dip the cheese. First we dip it in a clear wax to seal it, and then we gave it a little color.
That recognizable red wrapper is the finishing touch.
The wax actually is a wonderful protective layer because it seals in the freshness, but also it makes it pretty easy and handy to carry around. When you open it up, you just pull the tabs. It's pretty nice and easy.
And voila!
It's pretty good to eat.
A perfect snack when you're on the go. And fans say it packs more punch than mozzarella, but isn't as sharp as cheddar. At just 70 calories, it's a good source of calcium and protein. And get this. 1
Mini Babybel is equivalent to a glass of milk.
So yes, while it may come in a small package, in the world of cheese, Mini Babybel is the big cheese.
C'est si bon.